Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Pandemic Mindfulness with Orange Sauce and Shoyu. I'm Orange Sauce,
I'm Shoyu.
and my name is Ed Campos, and this is my amazing friend.
Laurie Roberts.
And we would like to share a little bit of our experience with you all because we have a newfound really love and appreciation for mindfulness and meditation and different ways to take care of ourselves during what has been a very crazy time for all of us. So we kind of decided like I don't think we want to film ourselves meditating because like I have sleep apnea, to be honest, Laurie, and you don't want to hear my fat boy breathing like I sound like a pug. Have you ever like I don't think people want to do that. They would be cutting out right now. So, right, we decided how should we present this, right? So what did we end up doing?
Right. So we decided that we would do, our normal day because that's a whole thing, right? You're supposed to be putting this as part of your day. We're not disrupting our days to be able to do this. This is part of our days now. And we wanted to get away from the screen. So we did our meditations and we had our thoughts and we share them with you. We were sharing them with each other via Marco Polo.
Yeah, so this is basically what you're about to see is like our ongoing conversation, which we just shared with you all over the last 2 weeks. So enjoy, and we'll see you on the back end.
So I'm experiencing some stress right now. Maybe you can tell by how quickly I'm talking, but I'm experiencing some work stress. Who doesn't in the middle of the day? And I'm at the point where I'm not sure I can carry on. There are so many things that I have to do and so many things in my head, and I've made a list and all those other things, and it's just freaking overwhelming. So I'm going to take 10 minutes and I'm going to do a some kind of stress reliever. I'll find it, some kind of grounding myself, whatever it is that I need to do to try and calm down. So I'm going to take 10 minutes right now and do a midday stress reliever. This is not something I usually do. I usually goof off on my phone or something like that when I'm feeling stressed out. And I think I need to be a little more targeted when I'm stressed. And if I'm stressed and I know it, then I think I need to be targeted about dealing with it instead of just ignoring it and doing things like, just jumping on my phone and doing nothing. Okay. I am post 10-minute um, grounding exercise. I did a really great um, meditation that had me focus in on my feet, my hands, and my belly. Um, and the reminder at the end was that I could do this at any time. I'm starting to feel panicked or anxious about something.
All right, so I've been teaching all day with a mask on, which is exhausting. I don't know if you all know that, but if you haven't had that experience, you're very lucky. And just kind of being with the mask on, like, gives me a level of anxiety and not having a break. So I'm gonna do a quick 5 minute working with anxiety meditation before this class starts again in about 10 minutes. So because I need it, because my anxiety is pretty high and I need a little break and some breath. So just finished that meditation, and even just taking that 5 minutes really helped me to focus on kind of calming and softening my feet, feeling rooted first, grounded with my feet, and then focusing on my hands and my belly. So with some deep breathing and some softening, so I definitely feel a lot better than I did 5 minutes ago. And so time to mask up and finish out this day. So I think the first time I really knew that meditation was working for me when it actually, that light switch went on and I felt the power of it, because I was skeptical. You know, it's always been kind of new agey, kind of weird, something that, that's not me type of thing. I was really rushed. I was trying to get a bunch of stuff done in a day. and I had to get X, Y, and Z done before I had a meeting, a CVQ board meeting that I was preparing for. And I'm the current president, so I had to get there early to greet people, and administrators it was an admin event we were inviting, so that was the first time we had done admin outreach. So I was trying to get X, Y, and Z done, and I only got X and half of Y done, or something like that. And so I was kind of upset at myself for that, stressed out about that. Got home from running the errands of not getting as much done. Went to take a shower real quick to grab the stuff and load up my car with the, this was pre-COVID times, obviously, to be in social contact with people. And was about ready to walk out the door, but I felt miserable. I felt super stressed, high anxiety. I could feel my blood pressure. I have pre-hypertension, so I could feel my blood pressure really getting to a dangerous level. And I said, oh my God, I feel miserable. And I looked at the time, and then I looked at the Google Maps, and it showed my ETA. And I said, you know what? I've got a 7-minute window. Let me see if there's a 5-minute meditation I can do real quick to just calm my ass down, because I was a mess. So I found this one called When You're Feeling Rushed. And that's what I love about the 10% Happier app, is like very specific. And how am I feeling today? Yep, I have imposter syndrome. Yep, I'm preparing for a talk and I have imposter syndrome. Could do with that one. So I found the Feeling Rushed one, did a 5-minute meditation, and then I opened my eyes and I was like, oh, I felt so much better. And I walked out the door, got in my car, had a nice drive to the destination, set up easily, listened to some music. It just put me in the right space, and that was when it hit me that, wow, I can invest just 5 minutes, which I can do a lot. And there's a lot of 5 minutes that I waste, a lot of 5-minute blocks that I waste in my day. And it really just showed me the power of meditation. So now I went all in after that, and I definitely been using it super regularly. So when I first started meditating, it was really hard because I couldn't sit still. It got especially harder when the pandemic hit and the school shutdown happened. There was a lot of other stuff going on in my life at the same time. So I ended up finding out in the 10% Happier app that there was a walking meditation. I said, okay, I'm going to do that one. And that's really one of the first ones. That one showed its power also, just like the Feeling Rushed meditation, but just to be able to get out and release some of that stress and energy. You kind of, a lot of times my anxiety at least feels like I'm a bunch of exposed electrical wires sometimes. It gets really dangerously high sometimes. And so that energy doesn't go anywhere if I sit and close my eyes. I'm gonna stew on that for a while. But with walking meditation, I really like it. And I never really thought that you could have mindfulness while walking and with your eyes open, So I'm going to share a couple of my favorite ones from the 10% Happier app, and then a totally different kind of meditation if you're into some cool stuff. I do this meditation when I'm really wound up with stress and anxiety. And kind of like the title mentions, like when you feel compressed, like so tight, I just get out the door, I throw this one on. You can do a 5-minute, 10-minute, or 15-minute option. And it kind of has you focus on kind of allowing the craziness in your head, the stress and anxiety to kind of just flow by you. They describe it as fog or like leaves in a river. And to instead focus on the rhythm and the harmony of your body walking and the balance, that happens when you're walking. And it's almost like the 15-minute one, I feel, even in just 15 minutes, but even in 5 minutes, it does a lot of good where I feel like there's a bunch of stress in my head and I've created this crazy story, but then as I walk and notice kind of the rhythm of walking, it kind of flows down and falls, through the body, through my arms, through my legs, almost like I'm Andy spreading dirt out in the yard in Shawshank Redemption. That's what I kind of picture, that spreading my anxiety, leaving that stress behind. So that's a really good one, and even just 5 minutes can do a world of good. This playlist on Spotify of short, around 5-minute meditations is pretty amazing. It's one of my favorites to do, and it's led by the RZA, the creator and founder of the Wu-Tang Clan. So it adds a nice little extra flavor for, especially those of us who are into hip hop. If you love the culture, no one has like a copyright on meditation. And I love that this shows, RZA shows his black brilliance in being able to deliver something that's really useful for the mind, body, and soul in such a cool and stylistic way, like he does with everything else. So it's actually a playlist created guided meditations for creatives, which is really awesome. And I do think, especially being in a pandemic, and we have to creatively find ways to solve all of these problems, right? The abundance of problems. But I recommend all of them. They're 5 minutes, but there's the last one. It's called Making Moves, and it's a walking meditation, which is a different perspective than some of the others, whereas this one, the RZA kind of has you just walk out on a path, think about an obstacle that's in your, something you're worrying about, a problem, and kind of just appreciate your surroundings. And then, ponder that, think about strategies for your obstacle. How are you gonna, he says that there's wisdom in your walks, which I totally agree with. And then asks to return back home on the same path, the same way that you came, so that you can kind of meditate on this obstacle from a different perspective. And I think it's really powerful, and the beats are dope. You know what I mean? It's the RZA. So this is my spot. I like to take a little break in my morning walks. It's the weekend now, so I'm just kind of taking my time and doing a little bit of a longer walk because I don't have any Zooms to be on. And so this is just kind of, I walk to this park near my house and do that along the way. I do that walking meditation, or one of the few walking meditations that there are. And right now, actually, I just did I do a meditation here. This is kind of a spot that I like to stop at. It's kind of like one of those things right here. So I just sit in this little horseshoe-shaped area, and it's kind of like my midway point, my gas up, kind of before I walk home, because it's like another 30 minutes to walk back to my house. And so I actually tried a different meditation, a new one that was on the app today, because I've been feeling pretty good, which is weird because with all the craziness going on in the world, and even before that, I'll be honest, I don't know when the last time I was really feeling good, which is scary and sad, but it's honest. But I have been feeling good lately, but I'm practicing a whole lot of self-care. I'm getting up early to walk. I'm trying, the tools that I'm learning are helping me. And I'm, I still splurge when I eat and stuff, but I'm mindful of my eating. I'm doing intermittent fasting. There's a lot of good things that are happening. My work is, I'm helping teachers. My work is purposeful. I'm teaching hip hop in a juvenile court school. That's just, dream goals. So things are happening. It's still tough, but I'm happy, and so I found this one. It was new, Delighting in Pleasure, with Jay Michelson. And it's totally unlike any of the other meditations I'd done before. because most of the meditations are dealing with negative emotions that I've had: stress, anxiety, pain, you know, physical pain, emotional pain, and helped. But I was like, oh, I'm in a kind of a good spot. So I went into the section that said happiness, and like, hey, I think that's the goal, right? We should strive for happiness. And I did this one, and it was really pretty awesome because it had me focus on something that I delight in, that brings me great joy and pleasure. And for me, that's hugging my family. But it had me like really sit in that feeling, and I'm like, and plus, you know, we're starting to get vaccinated, so it was really making me hopeful at the same time, you know, because things are. I think we've most of us have had our first vaccine, and it was just really awesome. And I'm actually glad I'm recording this because I just want to document this, because I may be a total dumpster fire tomorrow, but at the very least, like, I feel happy today. And I know that it's okay to be happy, that we probably deserve happiness. So you deserve happiness, we deserve happiness. So I really like that meditation. That's definitely one I favorited, and I'm gonna come back to. I know it's gonna be a roller coaster of emotions, but you know, I'm excited now, and I just texted my family too and said, hey, I'm looking forward to it. I see lots of hugs on the horizon. So take care, be well, people. One thing I just started getting into in the 10% Happier app is the courses. Up until recently, I was doing these singles, which they're really great, but the courses have full on, like, nice course to focus you on some topic that you're interested in improving in. The ones I've really enjoyed are the Healthy Habits course, and then this mindful eating course, which, you know, to put it lightly, I've had a interesting relationship with food for a very long time. I haven't had a lot of self-control when it comes to eating, and this course has really gotten me to slow down with my meals. Couple of things like this number 3, the reluctant raisin test, is a really good one, and number 5, the mindful meal, is a pretty good one. So, and after that course, like, I will take it again, obviously, but some of the main things I've learned are to first take a look at my meal. So, and look at it, like, notice it. Is it enough food? Is that about how hungry I am? And that looks pretty good. Because of the meditation, I've actually increased a lot more color and vegetables into my food. So I like to look at my food, and it looks kind of pretty because it's got a lot of colors: greens, yellows, reds, along with some chicken. And then really, it's just some of the simple things are being allowed to put my fork down in between a bite. So that's really helped slow me down. I definitely don't watch TV or use my phone when I'm eating anymore, because that allows me to fall back to some of my mindless eating habits, because I used to just scarf stuff down like Cookie Monster and stuff falling all over, not even inside my mouth. But it's helped me. So, and then just kind of chewing each bite, putting my fork down, not scooping up my next bite before I've even processed and chewed my current bite. So kind of savoring it a little bit more. So I definitely try and find a quiet place, enjoy it, don't do anything, and just focus on eating a meal. So that's really helped out. So I'm gonna get off my phone and I'm gonna enjoy this mindful meal.
So this is what I want to know. Does orange sauce make you more mindful or less mindful when you're eating? I'm just wondering. But it does make me think about just regular mindfulness in real life. I have a very anxious mind, and my mind is everywhere all the time. And there's no rhyme or reason to it. I'll just be honest right there. There's my dog, Kitty. See, I just totally went off. Look, there's my dog. Anyway, but so my mind is everywhere. And so I like to take just at random times during the day, I like to stop myself and say, okay, am I in the moment? How am I feeling? Right? Am I feeling anxious? Am I feeling hungry? Am I feeling, and I am very hungry now looking at your food there, Ed. But I'm often wondering, okay, so is my mind centered on the here and now? Do I know what's happening right now? Or am I thinking about, what's going to happen next, my next meeting? And am I thinking about things like, what I'm going to fix for dinner? Or am I actually just really thinking about what's happening right now? So I want to talk for a minute about meditating and mindfulness, and how one helps the other. So mindfulness, and this is like totally all the things that I think, and everyone has a different idea, but basically, right, mindfulness is being in the moment, and feeling things in the moment, staying in the moment, eating in the moment, right, enjoying what's happening at this time. And I think meditation is a tool to help you get to that mindfulness, that being in the moment.
Hey, Lori, I kind of, I agree. I like that connection between mindfulness and meditation, because, I'm definitely not an expert, and for a long time I thought they were the same thing, but I really appreciate you thinking about that and explaining that, because I do see it as a tool to bring about more mindfulness of each moment that we're in. And I realize like a lot of people have very different tools. Prayer can bring about some mindfulness of each moment for people. We can, yoga does that. I just started trying to do some yoga, and I think that's very meditative, very mindful practice. Even just some art and journaling. Like I do a little bit of journaling too in the mornings and stuff, and that can be a form of meditation that leads you to that mindful moment. So yeah, I think there's tons of practices, martial arts, things like that. So that's a cool idea to bring up. My locations where I like to meditate, really, I think I started with the walking meditations, so it's just anywhere. I have this place that I like to come right here, and at this park. It's like a local park that I come to, and I like it because there's like water and there's trees, and then the sun is beautiful today right now. So before I go to work, or if I have a late start, I don't have a Zoom day, then I try and come out here on the weekends. I'm definitely out here, and I try and find a nice serene place out here. People are walking around, taking care of themselves, and then I have my spots at home, too. So I think I've really grown used to not just meditating in one place. I've found a usefulness in it, and I even, when I would feel wound up, will drive. Like when I was driving from district to district as a consultant, I have to go, and then before I go into the office, I do a 5-minute meditation in my car before I get to the next site or something like that, and that kind of calms me and centers me. So my meditation locations are growing right here. So too many pins to drop on where that's at, but that's a good thing, I think, because I need it everywhere. So yeah, so this is my spot right now, and probably my favorite. And I usually sit at that little wheel circle kind of Zen spot. I like this pattern here. I usually sit there because it's right in front of the water, but occasionally I sit back here, and it kind of, to me, right, I'm mindful of these geese that are saying they're agreeing with us right now. I kind of like sitting here lately too, just to get a different perspective, and it kind of is a metaphor for me. I was like, let me take a step back on like what's going on in my life, be mindful of not just myself, but other things that are going on in the organizations that I work for, with my friends, with my family, type of thing. So just trying to feel connected. This is one of my favorite places to do my interconnected meditation. So
Yeah, Ed, I totally agree. The more places, the better. But I also find that the more I practice, like really set aside the time and the place to practice, then the easier I find it to take mindful moments wherever I am. So today, and in some places and times it's easier than others. But today, when I was on my run, I ran down to the end of the Albany Bulb, which ends with the bay. And I took a moment to just stop running, jogging, and just sit and look, or actually just stand and be mindful of how I was feeling, what was going on around me, how I was feeling physically, and to just enjoy the view, and just be there in that moment. So I really think that, having a regular practice reminds you to take mindful moments when it's a good time. And I'm hoping that as I practice more, I can take mindful moments when I really need it in spaces that maybe are not right now as conducive to being mindful.
yeah, I totally agree, Laurie. And I think one of the big challenges for us, you and I, and Q teachers in general, is that spaces that are not conducive to mindfulness are, I mean, we have, we've got like control center going on over here. We got Zooms. We got the three screens going on. We're it's a very intense environment. We look like Tank from the Matrix. We got screens all over the place. You know, I don't know about you all, but like I get consumed by this stuff, and it's like, red team go. Can you see my screen? What's going on? So a big part of it is like when I'm not off, when I'm not, when I don't need to be on a screen, I'm trying to not be on a screen, unless it's like, taking a walk with a Marco Polo or something. So the one thing I like about 10% Happier is it has some apps that have to deal with that, like mindfulness with your screen time, evaluating your relationship with your phone.
All right, folks. Hey, we hope you enjoyed a little peek into Orange Sauce and Shoyu's conversation over the last couple of weeks. I care about my friend Laurie, and I think she cares
I
about me
care a
sometimes.
great deal about Ed because Ed is actually the guy who introduced me to 10% Happier. So very happy about that.
That makes me 20% happier.
Ooh, there you
But
go.
I'm not going to try and make it up. Uh, but we appreciate you all, and we want to take care of, just like I want to take care of my friend Laurie and make sure we're good. I want to take care of myself first and take care of my friend and my friends. We want you all to keep continuing to take care of yourself and uh, maybe play around with this idea of experimentation, right? Like the Healthy Habits course, because it's kind of forgiving in I can experiment and try this meditation for just 5 minutes, something like that. So our challenge to you that we hope you accept is throughout Q, which lasts March 18th through March 27th, use one of the links that we share. The 10% Happier app is free right now. A lot of the resources that we're sharing are free. Try one of these experimentations, one of these meditations, walking, seating, one of the courses, and then let us know how it's going. We have a Marco Polo that we'd love for you to join because that's the way Laurie and I like to walk and get out and do that stuff and
Hmm.
kind of get away from a screen, kind of. It's a healthy way of getting away from a screen. But we love to connect with you, and let's just keep ourselves well, and we can get through this.
Yeah,
So we
definitely check us out on Marco Polo. We'll be dropping some other information. We have a lot of other thoughts that didn't make it into this video. So, check us out there and we'd love to hear how it's going for you. It's just remember, it's like you're just going to try it out. Check it out. See what happens. You'll like it.
check.
Trust me.
You'll like. You'll, all right. Thank you all.
Thank you.